and then, as I turned right, I heard the flat explosion of a shotgun. That didn't surprise me. The woods and fields around here often echoed with gunfire. It was still pheasant season, and of course there were always wood pigeon. I thought nothing of it. I turned right off the road, through a small gate, over a stile, and then onto a footpath that ran diagonally across the huge grass field where about a dozen horses lived. I could see them through the rain over to my right, huddled together. The sky was a deep grey overhead, but there was enough light to see the path, a squelchy brown strip of mud ahead of me. In about an hour's time, you might see a dog walker, but right now, the field was deserted. I started running across it, and I heard a second bang, this time much closer. I remember thinking at the time how loud shotguns were. I jogged on, slowly, mindful of my balance, my feet slipping and sliding on the wet mud. And as I approached the boundary hedge that marked the end of the field, I saw a shape lying on the grass near the stile that was let into the hedge on that side. I slowed to a walk and then came to a horrified standstill. I had never seen a dead body before. Well, I had. I'd been holding my dad's hand when he died. He had slipped away quietly. This was not the case with what I was looking at now. This guy hadn't gone peacefully. Far from it. He would have been face down in the mud, but there was little left of his head. One hand still held the shotgun. It must have gone off while he was climbing over the stile. One neoprene-booted foot was hooked over the wooden lower step, so his leg was in the air at a 45-degree angle, the rest of him lying sprawled in the mud. The sleeve of his Barber jacket had ridden up as he had pitched forward into the mud. I recognised the garish tattoos immediately. Over the other side of the hedge was a private road, a tarmacked drive, which led to the Earl's estate. On the other side of that drive was another stile and another field where the footpath continued. I was in time to see a figure running away. I could make out no details other than the fact it was a person. It could have been a man or a woman. I stood staring at the body. I remembered Slattery's words. "If you step a millimetre out of line." I stared again at the remains of Whitfield. He'd been noisy, violent, and obtrusive in life. His end had followed a similar trajectory. There was nothing that could possibly be done. I knew, though, that I wanted nothing to do with this. I didn't want Slattery to put 2 and 2 together to make 5. I'd already been in trouble for running past his house the day his pillar had caught fire. A few hours before, I'd beaten him up. Now this.